Hello.
Hello.
Sir, you are
Am I
audible.
audible?
You are audible. जी सर सर आवाज आ
It's
रही है
okay
सर
then.
आ रही है
I
सर
I
आ
start.
रही
start.
है
Yeah.
जी हाँ,
अच्छा जी, अच्छा
अच्छा
अच्छा दोबारा शुरू
दोबारा
करता
शुरू
हूँ.
करता हूँ.
Uh,
Uh,
Productive
Productive
aging
aging
is not
is not
a
a
new
new
concept.
concept.
Yeah,
Yeah, this has been a long practice in our country.
uh,
Uh,
country.
country.
Eco को
इनको क्यों?
you
You
see,
see,
we see
we see
from
from
our
our
example
example
that that,
that
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 we
we
have
have
many
many
religious,
religious,
social, and
social, and
cultural
cultural
organizations,
organization,
and after
and after
retirement,
retirement,
or even
or even
before
before
retirement,
retirement,
people
people
used to
used to
go
go
to
to
many
many
organizations like
organization
Radha
like
Swami
Radha
Sampradaya,
Swami Sampradaya,
ISKCON,
ISKCON,
Ramakrishna Mission,
Ramakrishna Mission,
Arvind Ashram,
Arvind
and
Ashram,
there were
and there were
many
many
ashrams where people used
ashrams
to go.
where people used to go and they engage
Sir,
themselves
voice
During
is
in
echo.
leisure time
leisure
activities.
time
Voice is
activities.
echo.
This
Actually,
may
to
be religious participation or spiritually membership in
Kalpana
community
madam, what you can
institutions.
do, you can
And
switch off one of the
sometimes we find
connection.
that people in Maharashtra and South
People in
India,
Maharashtra and South India and
that's would,
that's would that is the
that is the
difficulty
difficulty
between
with me. The
vices
vice
equally.
is going.
No,
Anyway,
sir, it would be better to mute one of the devices of the IAEA. Then the voice will not echo at all.
अच्छा क्या करना है नीतीश
एक आईएए दो से ज्वाइन है ना, तो एक
आप ऐसा करो ना
डिवाइस को म्यूट कर
नीतीश
दीजिए.
नीतीश कल्पना को फोन करके बोल दो आप प्लीज नीतीश
हो
ठीक
गया
है,
आप? Is it
हो गया,
okay?
हो
हाँ
गया.
अब ठीक है
Is it
सर
okay? I have.
ओके
Anyway, friends, I was talking about the older institutions in our country in which we used to have the activity of productive aging. Because the problem is that what should we do after our retirement? Though it is not very popular or very on regular basis, that what should we do after our retirement? Because retirement in India is a different thing, not only from the government service or where we are working, and after retirement, what shall we do? But the people in your country, when they are growing up, say come before the age of pre-retire, even in age of pre-retirement, they go to the ashrams or the voluntary organizations. They work there and for the betterment of the people or betterment of the community. They go to some clubs where they go for some social service or community service. They go to some social cultural institutions and do some service there. Working somewhere on salaried basis, they work in a voluntary spirit, and as volunteerism, they go to different places and they work there. So they work for the society. If you see that Radha Swami Sampradaya, people used to go to Vyas sometimes for 15 days, 20 days, and they are doing some social service there. Uh, Not only for the Radha Swami Satsang, but for others also, for the society as general. If they go to even ISKCON temple, they will worship the God and do some social service or community service. If they go to Arvind Ashram, they will go for some lecture They will listen there and will go to society for some cultural work. There are many institutions in Maharashtra and South India. They work where they work for the community. They go for road construction. So the productive aging is maybe a concept, but it is an old practice in our country. Or it is not necessarily that they go for go there only for retirement. After retirement, they work for economic well-being of the society, and during their leisure time, they go for some religious uh, uh, participation. They listen to lectures or the things which are happening there. They participate in their activities. Likewise, there are many organizations where they work for the community use. Even if we take an example from political angle, people go in the political parties or political organization, they work there. Many of the IAS officers, army officers, after retirement from their service, they go for political service. They join political parties, they become ministers, they become MLAs or MPs and work for the welfare of the society. And they keep themselves busy in their life and work for the society also. Similarly, in we find that there are several activities in which the elderly people join. They go there, or they go for community services. In fact, this is not only a retirement activity in India, but even before retirement, people join such social, cultural, political organization and work for the welfare of the people. The lifelong learning concept is very limitless. Sky is the limit where you can work for them. You can participate, you can keep yourself busy and lifelong learning activities, and you can say that these activities are available for them, and whenever they go for these these activities. For example, we can go to Gujarat Research Society. They have a beautiful center in Delhi, in Bombay, particularly that is a lifelong education center, where older people come and they learn computer, attain computer proficiency, and people are told that if they go for some computer training, they can send in email and send their or in European countries. So this is a way of interaction between the parents with their children. So these are the activities which bring them together. Similarly, older adults find many opportunities in such activities which are not to contribute only to the society, but their family also. I hope that this activity of productive using uh, will be developed in a scientific manner on more popular basis, so that the people can come together and they can go for better services. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, with your great
That's
ideas
something-
and your experience.
Right.
Hello?
Mm.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would like to
Thank you,
introduce
Ritu ji.
our Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I would like to introduce Professor Adinarayan Reddy. He is a vice
Right,
principal
please.
of SVU
Ha,
College. Yeah, hello. Reddy, sir, are you there?
thank you.
You have to unmute, sir. Hello. Reddy, sir, you have to unmute your.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So, Adinarayan Reddy is the Vice Principal of SVUV College of Arts and SV University from Tirupati. He was Chairman at Board Studies in Adult Education at Sri Kidabeshwar Narayan in Tirupati University. He is a member in several committees as national and internationally. He was associated with Secretary in Italian Adult Education Association. I would like to go ahead, sir, with your great ideas.
Ritu, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sir, Chaudhary Saab, Shah, and Rajesh, good afternoon. Now, are you hearing?
Yes, sir, I'm
Yeah,
hearing
yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Right.
Shah.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir, please go ahead, please.
Yeah, productive aging and lifelong learning is the today's concept. Talk we are delivering. And before that, I would like to tell you two things. One, who is this aged people? What is their characteristics or the background? Then we'll go for lifelong learning, and then what type of lifelong learning is required for them. You know that India is the second largest country, not only in terms of population in the world, but also with 1.36 billions, but also aged. It is about 8.6% of the total population. 104 millions of aged people are there in our country. It is about 6% with more than 65 years and with a life expectancy of 69 years with an average growth of 1% in our country. Among the elders, 53% are female and 51% of them are male. 8.8% and 8.1% of the aged are based on the rural and urban areas respectively. Among the elders, 8.8% are working. Among the household, 69% does not have aged. That is 71% in urban areas and 68% in rural areas. However, there is one person in 22% of the households, 2 persons in 9% of the households, and 0.5 members, and one or less in 3% of the households in our country. The dependency ratio, dependency rate among the aged is about 10% in 1961, but increased to 14.2% by 2011. It is 14.9 among females and 13.6 in males. According to uh, NSSO survey 2014, 65% of the age depends on others for their day-to-day life, day-to-day maintenance. And however, 51% of the male and 14% of the female are economically independent in the country. It is high in case of Kerala, 43%, low in Jammu and Kashmir among the males, and among the females, it is high in Assam and it is low in Haryana. And these economically independent people, there are 90% of the families does have one or more dependent among the male, and among the female, 65% have one or more dependents on them. Economic independence shows that economic independency of the age, they are getting support from spouses, 67%, 6.7% in among the male, 1.3% among the rural female. Children 8.5%, grandchildren 2%, and others 6%. They are getting the support from the these people for the male age. In case of females, it is 1.6% in rural areas and 1.9% in urban areas among the spouses, from the spouses. In case of children, it is 7.5% and 7.1% among the in rural and urban areas respectively. Grandchildren, 3% of them, approximately 3% of them are supporting their grandparents, and others are 6%. Literacy rate, it is 59% among the male, and female it is 28%. In case of growth, literacy growth is more in case of females. Qualification wise, male 30% of the male have matriculation and female 7%. Health percent of you, NSSO for 40, NSSO report, as per report, 75% of the aged among the urban areas, they expressed that they are good in health, whereas 73% of the aged in the rural areas, they said that we are fine. And among the age, 72% of them are mobile in the age group of 60, 65 years group, and among the female, it is 63, 65%, more than 60 years of age. 65% of the aged still suffer with one or other sickness, and 40% of them are disabled, and 20% of them mentally not healthy. And 2011, as per 2011 census, 60% of the aged are married and they have a spouse. And after 70 years, more than 60% of women are becoming widows. As per the classification of the people whom they are living, 56% of the aged are living with their spouses, 32% with the children, 5% alone, and 4% with the others. So these are the background of the age. And then areas where they are working. Majority of the age they are working in income generating activities, communal activities, in-care work, productive activities, recreational areas, and required as per the needs and employment related issues, etc. Areas, etc. See, if this is the background, normally these 8% or 14% of the people, some of them, next 5 years, they are capable of doing some productive work. So that means even 5 years means nearly more than 100 lakhs, 1 crore people, they are ready to work, and they have to be retrained, or they have to be given an opportunity to work. So who has to give the training, or how to help these people? So this is one of the suggested areas is lifelong learning. So in order to convert these age into again human resources, we have to provide some sort of education or training or something like that. So now what is the status of these people? Most of them are depressed, loneliness, and personal growth is not there, and they are not enriched. They are lack of enthusiasm, and most of the people know nobody is supporting them, and they don't know where to go. So this is the area where the lifelong learning comes into in an intervention. What is this lifelong learning can do for these people? It can improve the cognitive of the age, help to prevent or delay the dementia or Alzheimer's, and help to reduce their boredom, increases the self-confidence, help them to become employable, usefulness for self, and understanding themselves, improves the native or hidden talents for these people, and let them forget their age, let them involve in the learning. So through participation in the lifelong learning, they will be getting economic benefits, intellectual benefits, cognitive benefits, social benefits, and spiritual benefits. So these are some of the benefits that they are going to get it. And it also helps to help the age to prevent the diseases, help them to manage themselves, help them to promote their health, help them to self satisfaction, and it helps to transition to retirement and planning and training for the future. It also contributes it also helps the age to contribute to the society in sharing through their sharing wisdom and experience to improve their quality of life, to meet the self-fulfillment, improve the physical and mental qualities, inequalities, and reduce the economic problems, and provides society with creative productivities. What type of activities that they can take? Travel they can take, cultural enrichment, uh, involvement in various arts or employment activities, and institutional programs. What are the agencies that are available for them to get the lifelong learning? See, most of them are universities, non-governmental agencies, and various departments working in the area of vocational training or education or non-formal education, lifelong learning institutions of the state governmental agencies as well as central governmental agencies. And there is also Helpage India is there at national level, Senior Citizens Corporation, Senior Citizens Association is there. Like that, there are a number of NGOs also working at the national level to help this age to convert them as resources, not only for themselves or not only for their families, but also for the country to improve their productivity. And what are the learning opportunities? Through what is this by learning or participating in the economic activity or in learning activity, what is that they are going to get it? It is preparing themselves for the age-related changes that are taking place, and disease prevention again, disease management and disability, health promotion, promoting their health, safety, transition to retirement, and planning for their future retirement. And also it helps obesity, help for decreasing obesity, diabetic, dementia, cancer, socio-economic challenges such as retirement, and planning for the economic development, planning for the using their resources for the future benefits, housing, caregivers, uh, participating in the professional training programs, and wherever they want to participate, they can be. The very important purpose of this lifelong learning is to help this age to come out of their shell and helping them to again reactivating them to participate in the economic activities or productive activities or social activities. So once they participate in the social activities, they will not only get the networking themselves with the other people, and they will also getting healthy, and they will be spending that time fruitfully by participating themselves in the various spheres of life in the country or the community or the place where they are living. In this way, we will be helping these people to regenerate their energies, regenerate their energies, and also helping them to contribute for the family or the country. So the lifelong learning agencies that are functioning, the Indian Adult Education Association is one of such agency which is helping most of the members in this organization are retired now. Most of them are retired people are there, and youngsters are also there. So what it is doing, annually it is organizing an activities, seminars, symposia, something like that, so that young and old they are meeting together. So this is where there is an opportunity to exchange the ideas, interact with the other people, networking with the other people. So similarly, in all these peers, this learning agencies they can help these people to manage themselves and help the others, share the benefits with others, and the training programs, the agencies that are there at district level or state level or at national level agencies, especially the skill development program institution, they should come forward and help these aged in the areas where they are interested. It may not be for economic purpose, but also self-actualization or for talent that are hidden in themselves. It has to be brought up so that they can do something and exhibit something to the society. So the lifelong learning is maybe in the formal sector, maybe non-formal or informal, whatever may be the agency, but it should help the people, it should help the age to return and continue for some more period. So after 60, let them go for up to 70. So learn something, help the society, help themselves. So this is how the lifelong learning and the productive age group. Productive aging is nothing but human resource development among the ages again. Aging, they have involved some work. Only organized sector, they are getting retired at around 60, 65. Whereas in non-formal, in unorganized sector, the people continuously working. Say for in agriculture, the people will be continuously working up to 70 years at their own level. May not be very hard, but at their own level, they are contributing, helping the family to cultivate or promoting the agriculture activity. Or if there somebody is in business, they will sit in the home and they will look after some activity. So those people who want to change their career after 60 or 65. So this here lifelong learning comes into the picture, and these lifelong learning should help the identify the needs of these people, and accordingly, some agency should come forward to help these people to gain knowledge or skills or competencies that are required to change their career and to involve themselves in the learning. Thank you very much, Ritu. Ritu, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, whatever now valuing so much to the society. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to introduce Dr. Biresh as a speaker. Dr. Biresh has done doctorate from focused on senior citizen from Department of Adult Continuing Education, University of Delhi. He has completed three master degrees in sociology, social work, and extension development studies. He has been topper and gold medalist in post MA. Dr. Biresh has been co-founder of Old Age Home, convener for seniors, and currently serving as a maintenance tribunal for parents and senior citizen, Government of NCT of Delhi. Dr. Biresh, hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
please.
you,
Yeah, thank
yeah,
you.
thank you, Madam Ritu Pandey. And
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
Professor Rajesh is traveling to department. Professor Ashwaisa, Sri Keshi Chaudhary, Professor Reddy, Madam Ritu Pandey, other colleagues and friends. It is always a privilege to be on platform organized by the department. And uh, as Madam Ritu told about the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizen Act, so start from there only. And the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act was introduced in 2007, and how it's linked to productive aging. So before that, I'll give a brief of the act. Many of you maybe not knowing the provisions of the act. So in a minute or two, I'll try to introduce the act to all of you. So it has formed it in 2007. After the act, the state government have been told to form the tribunal in every district of India, and the tribunal has to be chaired by the district magistrate, and two members need to be appointed by the state government. So there, what is the role of the tribunal? That it is there to give the to award maintenance to the needy parents and senior citizens, to the tune of rupees 10,000 per month for their accommodation, food, medical, and other needs. And then there's our eviction and other parts also, which is being dealt with the act. Now, the act also talks about the productive aging, because the act tells the state government and to the central government to initiate one home, one old age home in each district of India. And not only the old age home will give accommodation to the elderly population, but then it must serve as a center for the productive aging, where they need to take care of the recreational and other activities also of the elderly population. But since 13 and the 14th year of the act, and many rules have also been framed, but we are very far away from establishing one home, elderly home in each district of India. We can see the example of Delhi only is the national capital, and in Delhi only it has not been done yet. So we need to see upon the non-government organizations for the productive aging. And when we did a research on the lifelong learning aspects of the elderly population submitted in 2015, and the recommendations we sent to the government for the policy level things, and to the implementing partners, to the functionaries also. So there we mentioned that na, though old age homes and the daycare centers need to be focused not only on the food and shelter, but the productive aging also. And we were sorry, we were happy to note down that a lot of implementing partners took the recommendations of that research submitted in 2015 and started started initiating process of productive aging in their homes. And there are some couple of homes in Delhi NCR and otherwise who started some kind of productive activities, like बिफोर दैट इट हैपेंड कि ठीक है वहां पर नो फूड मिल गया, रहना खाना पीना, और वो उनका शेड्यूल ये होता था कि जो एल्डरली वहां रह रहे हैं उन्हें उठे और दे गेट ब्रेकफास्ट, टीवी देख लिया, फिर लंच मिल गया, सो गए, उठे, खाना खा लिया, सो गए, दैट्स इट. सो वो जो लोनलीनेस था उनके अंदर, और उस लोनलीनेस को हम प्रोएक्टिव एजिंग के माध्यम से कैसे दूर करें, इस पर काम करने की कोशिश की गई. और उस रिकमेंडेशन से बहुत सारे होम्स में हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर दिल्ली में, और उसको पॉलिसी लेवल पे भी देख करके कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल कुछ होम्स में स्टार्ट किया कि जो ड्राई फ्रूट्स हैं उनसे कुछ कंसाइनमेंट लेके ड्राई फ्रूट्स को छील के हम आपको वापस देंगे. तो जो लेजर टाइम तक खाली टाइम है वहां पे सीनियर्स के पास में, उसको किस तरह से प्रोडक्टिव वे में उसको हमने करके दिया. और जो उसका ऑनरोनियम मिला, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल किसी को महीने का 500 ओनली, 1000 ओनली, बट वो जो खुशी उनके फेस पे 1000 रुपीज लेने पे होती थी, जो कहा जाता था कि आप किसी काम के नहीं हो, आप तो होम में रहो और बस आपको लाइफ का लास्ट टाइम स्पेंड करना है. लेकिन जो उनके अंदर एक था, और यंग ओल्ड पॉपुलेशन की बात प्रोफेसर रेड्डी ने भी अभी करी कि जो 60 टू 70 का यंग यंग ओल्ड ग्रुप है, जिसमें अभी करने की चाहत है और वो कर सकता है, फिजिकली भी कैपेबल है, उन लोगों को अपॉर्चुनिटी. और जो वुमेन होम्स थे, वुमेन होम में अचार पापड़ और इन चीजों को बनाने का, क्योंकि उन्होंने पूरी लाइफ वो चीज की थी, वो चीज बनाई थी, पूरी लाइफ अपने लाइफ को वैसे स्पेंड किया था. यहाँ पर आकर के वो सब कुछ एक तरह से उनको साइडलाइन और हाशिए पे वो लाइफ उनकी यहाँ पे होम्स में आके आ गई थी. उसको प्रोडक्टिव एजिंग के माध्यम से और उस रिसर्च के फंडिंग के माध्यम से इम्प्लीमेंट करने की कोशिश कराई, और वो बहुत कामयाब हुई. नहीं भी हुई, कोई भी चीज हम अगर कर रहे हैं तो ऑब्वियसली बात है 10 इनिशिएटिव्स लेंगे तो 2-3 में सक्सेस मिल रहा है, नहीं मिल रहा है, पर वो फेलियर्स आर द पिलर्स ऑफ सक्सेस. तो उस उन उन चीजों को लेकर के ये किया. और साथ ही साथ आई वांट टू मेंशन हियर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट देयर आर पीपल मस्ट नो देयर आर सम डे केयर सेंटर्स, और यू कैन से मल्टीपर्पस centers for the senior citizens, which is being run throughout India, and it is being sponsored somewhere by the state government, somewhere by the central government, somewhere by other funding agencies. It was the concept of those daycare recreation center, daycare multi-purpose center, daycare. So the concept is that the elderly of the community who are living in the families, or if, with their children, or in their families, so in the daytime they don't have anything to do. So again, that the same thing comes with loneliness. जो अकेलापन, loneliness is the major problem of the elderly population, and uh, due to loneliness they get frustrated, and a lot of other physical and mental illness used to comes to them because of loneliness. तो उसको दूर करने के लिए प्रोएक्टिव एजिंग की बात डे केयर रिक्रिएशन सेंटर्स में हुई, और वहां पे डीएसटी के प्रोग्राम्स के माध्यम से मी एंड डॉक्टर राजेश एंड वी ऑल विजिटेड आल्सो देयर, और वहां पे हम लोगों ने किया कि जो डिजिटल एक गैप था उन लोगों में कि दे डोंट नो हाउ टू ऑपरेट द मोबाइल, सिर्फ बात करते थे, दे टोल्ड कि हमें तो सिर्फ हरा बटन एंड लाल बटन, सो कॉल्ड रेड एंड ब्लू, वो हमें आना आता है, उठाना और काटना, दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग, उसको किस, और उनमें इच्छा थी, दे वांटेड, नहीं हमें डायल करना भी आना चाहिए नंबर, हम कैसे कर सकते हैं, कैसे भी डू। और अब स्मार्टफोन का टाइम आने पे कि 2000 में वो फोन है, 3000 में स्मार्टफोन भी ठीक है, वी कैन टेक, पेंशन से हम खरीद लेंगे उसको, उसको हम कैसे ऑपरेट करें, कैसे करें। तो वो चीजें बहुत ज्यादा रूप में कामयाब हुई, और उस तरह की चीजों के रेप्लिकेशंस होने की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है। रिक्रिएशन सेंटर का कॉन्सेप्ट ये था कि ओके आप वहां पे आइए, यू कैन प्ले गेम्स, अब कैरम बोर्ड, लूडो, चेस, वो सब चीजें, कार्ड्स है, वहां पे टीवी है, देखिए करिए, एंड मेक अ सोशल ग्रुप, आप सोशल ग्रुप बनाइए, क्लब बनाइए, उसके साथ में इस तरह की बात और इस तरह के काम वहां पे हुए जो बहुत ही कामयाब हो। इसको आई थिंक पैन इंडिया लेवल पे रेप्लिकेट करने की जरूरत है। एक और चीज मैं यहाँ पर बोलना चाहूंगा कि डिपार्टमेंट हैव स्टार्टेड कम्युनिटी लर्निंग सेंटर फॉर द एल्डरली पॉपुलेशन, दैट वी स्टार्टेड इन 2014। 2014 में वो हमने स्टार्ट किया था, कम्युनिटी लर्निंग सेंटर फॉर द एल्डरली पॉपुलेशन, एंड वी स्टार्टेड दैट इन उत्तम nagar area that comes under the northwest north district, I think southwest whatever, so northwest, so उस उत्तम नगर एरिया में हम लोगों ने वो of adult continuing education Delhi University, and me and Dr. Rajesh went for the inauguration, और जो वहां पे सबसे ज्यादा बुजुर्ग व्यक्ति था, सबसे ज्यादा एज के व्यक्ति थे, आई थिंक 89 ईयर्स के थे, उनसे हमने इनॉग्रेट उस सेंटर को करवाया था। और आई वांट आल्सो वांट टू रिक्वेस्ट मैडम रितु पांडे कि उस तरह के सेंटर्स हम डिपार्टमेंट के माध्यम से और भी स्टार्ट करें, रिवाइव करें उन चीजों को। और उन सेंटर्स में हमने बात की थी कि हाँ कंप्यूटर लर्निंग सेंटर, बहुत इंटरेस्ट था वहाँ के जो एल्डरली पॉपुलेशन थे, जो RWA था, सीनियर सिटीजन एसोसिएशन था, उनके सारे एल्डरली में बहुत इंटरेस्ट था, वांट टू लर्न कंप्यूटर्स। हम देखते हैं बच्चों को कंप्यूटर चलाते हैं, रन करते हैं, वो अपने बैंकिंग का काम कर लेते हैं, अपने बैंक से कैसे ट्रांजेक्शन करना है, पैसे ट्रांसफर करने हैं, वी आर वेरी मच डिपेंडेंट ऑन देम, सो दे वांटेड टू लर्न, दे वांटेड टू, हम कैसे कर सकते हैं। तो कंप्यूटर एजुकेशन के वहां पर बहुत ज्यादा एट इस, और यू विल सरप्राइज टू नो इस एज में दे वांटेड टू लर्न इंग्लिश आल्सो, सो लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग के तौर पर हमने डिपार्टमेंट ने उस इनिशिएटिव लेकर वो किया। उन चीजों को और ज्यादा करके आगे बढ़ाने की भी जरूरत है। एक चीज मैं और यहाँ पर बोलना चाहूंगा कि केयर विजन जो नॉन गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन काम कर रही है एल्डरली पॉपुलेशन के लिए, उसके अंतर्गत वी स्टार्टेड रेस्पेक्ट एज कैंपेन, दैट वाज अ कैंपेन टू ब्रिज द इंटरजेनरेशनल गैप, और दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी नॉर्थ कैंपस से उसका इनिशिएटिव लिया था। आई वाज द कन्वीनर ऑफ दैट कैंपेन दैट टाइम, और उस समय वी एनरोल्ड youth from different colleges and departments, or and we used to visit, you know, at regular intervals to homes, to old age homes, to, you know, to communities, to senior citizen associations, to day care centers, और वहां पर उनका जो लोनलीनेस है उसको दूर करने की बात हम करते थे। फॉर एग्जांपल आई कैन टेल कि एक हमने इनिशिएटिव लिया वहां पे कि जो जो चिल्ड्रन है, जो जो जिनको हमने एनरोल किया, जो यूथ को एनरोल किया, वी हैड ए क्विज कंपटीशन फॉर देम। कैसे क्वेश्चंस रखे कि ठीक है आपके एट होम यू हैव योर ग्रैंडफादर, यस नो ग्रैंड, कहता यस आई हैव अ ग्रैंडफादर एट माय होम, सो वी आस्क्ड इन दैट कंपटीशन कि ठीक है यू नो द फेवरेट क्यूसाइन ऑफ योर ग्रैंडफादर, यू नो द फेवरेट कलर ऑफ योर ग्रैंडफादर, और दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। तो उसे लगा कि नहीं, अरे मुझे तो ये नहीं पता कि मेरे घर में ग्रैंडफादर है, उनका क्या फेवरेट फूड है, क्या और चीजें हैं। तो उसका फायदा हुआ कि वो जैसे ही शाम को गया तो एक कम्युनिकेशन जो गैप हो चुका था, इंटरनेशनल गैप था, उसको दोबारा से कम्युनिकेशन के माध्यम से। तो इस तरह के बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स लिए हैं, और इन चीजों को और भी करने की जरूरत है। और जैसा प्रोफेसर रेड्डी ने बताया कि प्रोडक्टिव एजिंग है, सारे चीजों को लेकर के, और लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग के जो डिपार्टमेंट्स काम कर रहे हैं इस समय, जो दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का जो डिपार्टमेंट है एडल्ट कंटिन्यूइंग एजुकेशन, ये हाइपर एक्टिव रूप में एडल्ट हाइपर एक्टिव रूप में एल्डरली पॉपुलेशन के लिए काम करने का पूरा प्रयास है। और आई थिंक बहुत ज्यादा नहीं, क्योंकि टाइम भी लिमिटेड है, एंड वी कैन गो फॉर द फर्दर क्वेश्चंस एंड इंटरेक्शंस। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सो मच गुरेश
Madam
सर,
Ritu Pandey.
आपने या थैंक यू सो मच, आपने बहुत ही अच्छी बातें बताई हैं, और रियली ये बहुत जरूरी है करना जो आपने बताया प्रोडक्टिव एजिंग को और इन्फ्लुएंस करने के लिए, एंड वी विल वर्क ऑन दैट सीरियसली. इट्स अ वेरी अमेजिंग वर्क व्हाट यू हैव डन एंड डॉक्टर राजेश हैव डन. नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू introduce our president of the webinar, Professor S.V. Shah sir. He is currently the director of the International Institute of Adult and Lifelong Education, New Delhi. Earlier, he served as a professor and director of Adult Continuing Education and Extension Program at Jawaharlal Nehru University and Joint Advisor Education Division, Planning Commission, Government of India, as he was the Vice President of Indian Adult Education Association for over a decade and as an expert member and chairman of several committees of the National Literacy Mission. Yeah, so why Shah
Okay,
sir
okay,
will, yeah.
okay, thank you. I am not supposed to speak here because we had a excellent presentation by three experts. Professor Reddy gave a theoretical, conceptual, presentation. Dr. Chaudhary gave
Yes,
practical
sir.
realities and information on coming to
Perfect.
this. I only joined it just to. So I said I am very much interested to know this thing because
In Indian Adult Education Association, we were also planning to set up a lifelong learning center for senior citizens. We went to different senior citizen home in Delhi, especially in Vasant Kunj. Then we talked to them. Then we also discussed the idea of, friends of senior citizen. Some doctoral students we want to identify, train them. There are many senior citizens who need some confident person to accompany them to bank or post office or hospital. They are ready to pay. They have car, they have enough money, but they want a, confident person escort to accompany them to these places. They are ready to give them lunch, give them honorarium. So we were trying to identify a group of PhD students from Delhi University who are interested in it, and then senior professors can be there as their guides. If they are registered student, there will be some, surety that we have all their information, so they can very confidently go to the house of these elderly people. They are very rich, well-to-do people staying alone in a house, so they don't allow anybody to enter. So they want a really dependable person. So if professor can take responsibility and students is also interested, so they want at least once or twice in a month to come to them, talk to them, take them. Some of them are interested to go even to shopping malls to do some shopping. They said we will take them, we will also provide them lunch, they will accompany us in car to help us. So this is one of the thing we were exploring. So meanwhile this corona came and our discussion stopped in between, but maybe Biresh and Ritu Pandey can help identify. Maybe to begin with 4 or 6 students we want in green, I stay in green, so we are in touch with Green Resident Well Association. So we have to take into confidence the local Resident Welfare Association, their president, secretary, and head of the Department of Adult Education, Delhi University. So 3-4 people who are at the helm of affairs should be involved in it. Then we can launch it as an experimental basis. So what do you think? You think maybe Ritu and Biresh who are in this field, what do you think? Is it a good idea? Should we go ahead?
Yes, sir. Definitely, it's a very excellent idea. Not I can say good, but it's working and workable. We can do that work on that. What you are saying.
Yeah, I underline what Madam Ritu Pandey tells, and sir, very rightly you told that there are a lot of seniors who want to do this kind of confidential transactions,
Yeah.
and they don't have anybody to whom they can trust,
Yeah.
and they want someone and they want someone with them so that they can just share their feelings at least for a day in a month. You told, so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is, yeah, at least they can talk to them, share with them, spend a day with them. So that's a very noble and great idea, sir, and we will do
Because
with, yeah, yeah,
we
And we
want
should
to
work.
identify the student like Uber, there will be app if any senior citizen in that area, who are the volunteers staying there, who are connected, so they can select the person, okay, this boy, this girl I want for today. So they can contact them, and meanwhile we will also monitor from our office, and Delhi University professor can also monitor this boy is going to this person at this time. So this is, we want to develop an app, identify the student, train them, and put it there. So many people will respond. So there is a demand. Many people are staying alone in big houses in many
Yes,
colonies
sir.
in
Yes,
Delhi.
sir.
Yeah.
They are just able to go out because nobody is there to accompany them.
Sir.
Maybe who are in field can discuss this idea, identify things. Then we start a training program with our institute and discuss the possibility of developing an app and float the idea.
Right, sir. And I think, sir, that this is the right time to initiate this kind of activities, and through IAEA may coordinate the things. And as a member of IAEA, I would always be there in any initiative of IAEA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will have a separate meeting with two of you and other student with Professor Rajesh at IAEA Chaudhary Saban. And our IAEA main director is Kalpana. She will coordinate, So some place
Done,
is
sir.
there,
Done.
somebody should be responsible, full-time available office person is also required. So we will take up the issue maybe after a week or two when Professor Rajesh is more free.
Right, sir.
With two of you, we will have a
Definitely, sir.
meeting to sort out. Okay.
Right, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
you should
Right, sir.
pursue this idea. Do you think?
Yes,
Because
sir.
And I think I want to add, I will get a lot of volunteers also for the same, because when we initiated this Respect Age campaign in Delhi University North Campus to bridge the intergenerational gap, so we got a lot of students to volunteer and for this cause. So I think there will not be problem for the volunteers and authentic persons also. So that
trustworthy
will,
person is required. Professor student who is registered with him, professor knows him.
Yes,
He
right.
recommends, because Professor Rajesh Chod's one army captain, he has to go to college pension. So, he was ready to offer him lunch at the army mess and, give him some honorarium. So a lot of people are there. They simply need a trustworthy person, dynamic young person to take care of them, accompany them. Money is no
Right,
issue,
sir.
travel issue, everything is there. So we want to have such a group and an app developed so that in all over Delhi, many people are there. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
know.
Yes,
Like
for sure.
Uber has picked up today, anybody can call Uber and go. So like that, if we need a volunteer, so then the discussion was also held with Uber, whether their driver can be a sort of, who come in their car, accompany them, So a lot of things have to be discussed and how best it can be worked out.
Work
Okay,
out.
we'll
Perfectly, sir.
take up this issue for subsequent discussion.
Right, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay,
Done. Surely.
thank you. Anything, Professor Reddy, Professor Chaudhary, any comments? Because Professor Reddy is our treasurer in the association also. He has established old age homes. He has been always, doing a lot of work. Chaudhary Sahib is also very keen to do something. So
Yes,
let
sir.
us do something.
Definitely, sir. We will have a meeting and privately we will
Yeah,
discuss
yeah,
that about it.
yeah,
Sir, you
yeah,
are telling learning center staff with the
yeah.
it's a good initiative, and you can try for one or two courses first initially.
Yeah.
Then we go for expanding it with the support from others. As a part of it, you can, whatever program that you are initiating, you can also link that program with it. That will be easy. One person will be kept as coordinator to look after these things.
Not able to hear you.
Sir,
Hello,
you're
Dr.
mute.
Shah, you have to unmute your.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Thank
will
you.
continue discussion because we have to take into confidence many people, local
Yes,
resident
sir.
welfare association, local
Yes.
police station, a lot of things are there. If they come to know anything happens subsequently, then who will take responsibility? Because whether professor will take responsibility for his student, or so we are little bit very, very cautious, Okay, this chap will go to very senior person to his house, he becomes confident, he comes to know everything, then he passes on some information, they come and murder the person and go. Then who will be responsible? These are the some of the issues we have to take into consideration.
कनेक्टिविटी बराबर है नहीं.
Hmm? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we will continue the discussion. Anybody else wants to comment anything?
It's all a good proposal. Go ahead.
Anyone have the questions?
Okay, it has been a good thing. If there are no question, nothing, I think Professor Rajesh is busy with his
Yeah.
activities, so you can report to
Yeah.
him. And we must conclude with thanks to everybody and thanks to you, Ritu Pandey, taking initiative.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Reddy sir. Thank you, Biresh sir. And thank you so much, Rameshwar, हमारे MPhil scholar हैं जो हमें technically support कर रहे हैं. So we
Okay.
should conclude the. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
very,
thank you.
really, very nice webinar from your all
Okay,
sides.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much to all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Bye. Bye.
Bye.